Mysteries aren't always ancient, haunting, or terrifying. Some are fascinating, providing insight into a different type of world, whereas a mystery can spark renewed interest in an old mystery of the same type. Today, we are counting down 10 mysteries that defy explanation. So let's get straight to it. Before we begin, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that post notification bell so that you never miss a video here on Now Trending. Alright, now back to the video. Number 10. Star Wars Headdress. Farmers in the Veracruz town of Hidalgo, Amajac, were working in a citrus field on January 1, 2021, when they discovered an unusual 2-meter-tall statue of a young woman adorned with intricately patterned jewelry and dressed in elaborate clothing stood before them. A circular pendant necklace was part of her jewelry, and she wore a headdress similar to that worn by Ashoka Tano in Star Wars. Experts were called in, and they discovered that the statue was discovered between the Aztec Tacpan and the Huastec Castillo de Tiao areas, implying that it has roots in both cultures. Number 9. Message in a Bottle. In 2017, a family from New Brunswick discovered a glass bottle on the beach near the Bay of Fundy. "I am throwing this bottle into the sea, in the middle of the Atlantic," read the letter inside. "We'll be arriving in New York in a few days. If it is discovered, please contact the Lefebvre family and Liavin." The bottom signature reads, Mathilde Lefebvre, and is dated 13 April 1912. Nicholas Baudry, a history and archaeology professor, stated that a passenger named Mathilde Lefebvre boarded the Titanic in 1912 and was the daughter of a miner from northern France named Frank Lefebvre. Number 8. Killhope Moor Coffin. Titus Harrison, a farmer on Killhope, was tending sheep on August 28, 1921, when he noticed something sticking out of the side of an eroded peat hag. It was a large wooden box, and when he opened it, he discovered a human head inside. Experts discovered the body of a man who had been dead for a long time, but still had some flesh attached to his skeleton. The remains were declared very ancient, and they were interred in an unmarked grave in Birchford Cemetery. Number 7. Beast of Camberwell Cemetery. On his way to see a friend in October 1996, a man took a shortcut through the Camberwell Old Cemetery. Then he noticed a huge creature with dark fur and the head of a German shepherd growling over him. 8 years later, 2 people walking alongside the cemetery heard a growl. Looking around to see if an animal was nearby, they noticed a tree violently shaking in the cemetery's corner. It appeared to them that something or someone was attempting to rip the tree out by its roots. Number 6. Boat disappears in the Bermuda Triangle. A blue and white Macau Cuddy cabin boat took sail from Bimini, Bahamas on December 28, 2020. The 20 persons on board were on their way to Lake Worth Beach, Florida when they were supposed to arrive the next day. The yacht was sailing through the Bermuda Triangle on its way to its destination when something went wrong and it vanished without a trace. Number 5. The Boy Who Saw Ghosts. Denise Jones was preparing dinner for her family one evening in 1993 when she heard her 5-year-old son Michael screaming in terror from his bedroom. She dashed into his room, dropping everything, to find him curled up on the bed, shaking and screaming. Denise attempted to calm him down by asking him to explain what had occurred. The boy told his mother, with tears streaming down his cheeks, that a strange-looking man had appeared in his room, smiled at him, and touched his shoulder before disappearing. Number 4. Bay of Jars. The New York Times published an article in 1982 about artifacts discovered in a bay near Rio de Janeiro. The discovery included a large number of tall jars similar to those carried on Roman ships in the 2nd century BC. The discovery was made in Guanabara Bay, and it challenged some archaeologists' beliefs that Portuguese navigator Pedro Álvares Cabral was the first European to arrive in Brazil. Robert Marks, a sunken treasure hunter and archaeologist, believed the Romans were the first to visit Brazil. Number 3. The Watsika Wonder. In 1877, Laurency Venom, a little girl from Illinois, began having seizures that caused her to faint and remain unconscious for hours at a time. She soon began to be comatose for days at a time. She would inform her family that she had connected with the spirit realm while she was asleep every time she awoke. Doctors were unable to uncover a medical explanation for Lawrence's seizures. Number 2. The Sleeping Girl of Turville. Ellen Sadler dozed off one day in 1871 and did not wake up for the next 9 years. Ellen used to have frequent episodes of drowsiness and fatigue before this happened. Doctors were puzzled, and Ellen eventually suffered a series of seizures before falling into a deep sleep. Even though Ellen was still sleeping, her mother fed her by mouth, giving her port, tea, and milk. Ellen's mother, Anne Frewen, died in 1880, and Ellen awoke 5 months later at the age of 21. She had no recollection of the 9 years she had been sleeping. Number 1. Real-life horror story. On February 11, 1927, 4-year-old William Gaffney was having a good time playing with friends, a 3-year-old and a 12-year-old boy in the hallway of his Brooklyn apartment building. The older boy went inside his apartment for a few minutes, and when he came back out, both William and the 3-year-old boy had vanished. The 3-year-old was discovered on the roof of the apartment building after a search, but William was nowhere to be found. Later that day, a streetcar driver named Joseph Meehan noticed an elderly man attempting to calm a young boy. During the investigation into William's disappearance, Meehan realized that the 4-year-old he had seen that day was William. The boy was never seen or heard from again. So guys, that was it for this video. What did you think about our video? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you're new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.